Hello and welcome to an exciting episode of the IamYacobaSackey show. On the seat today is a songwriter, a singer and a performer whose current single has gotten her critical acclaim. Today we will get up close and personal with the beautiful Ebisan. Hello.
Hi.
I like that double. Hi. Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you so much for coming. I know how busy you are.
Thank you.
It's been like trying to get you for 2 weeks now. Yeah, it's not easy.
I've been performing, as you know already, because you experienced it yesterday, right? One of my gigs. Yeah.
But you were rather calm on stage.
Well, the thing about it is that when I get there, I just feel at home. Especially with my band there with me, I just feel the love first of all, and then the spirit.
So you carry your band everywhere you go?
Yes, most times.
Okay.
You know, because I prefer a live band, you know, as opposed to backing CD, because you can change it up. Like with yesterday's show, I decided to start with an a cappella set, and then, you know, the music kicked in, and it was basically not planned. That wasn't the plan. The band members didn't know I was going to do that, so I like the fact that with a band you can be versatile, you can be flexible.
And you went barefooted. That's the part I like.
I didn't go there. I went there with my, sparkly slippers, but I decided, you know what, just be free. Take off your slippers. I had fun. It was fun.
You have a degree in accounting and finance,
yes.
And you have a master's degree as well.
Yes, I do.
Why did you decide to do music?
Well, it's something that I've always known I was going to do. And even while I was getting those degrees, I was working as a wedding singer, session singer. I was writing songs for some people in England. So I've always known that, yes, I have to finish my degree, but then at the end of the day, I'm going to go back to music. My family knew this. I know.
I know that thing. You would have to go to school for a degree or a certificate, and then you just pack it on the side and say, I want to act. Or I want to sing. They're like, are you crazy?
I know, but the thing about it is, with any business, as long as it's no longer a hobby and you're trying to make money from it or get some form of an income from it, it becomes a business. So I believe no knowledge is lost. I can apply whatever it is that I learned. Maybe not the technical side, but I can apply quite a lot of what I learned to what I'm doing right now, because it is a business. Yeah, I mean, you still have to go through your accounts, right?
Exactly. And
it is still a business. You're still looking, you're still negotiating. You have staff, I do. So it's really not as simple as getting on stage and singing. There's a lot more to it than that.
So what exactly is going to happen to your certificate? I'm worried.
What is happening to it is that I am using it, and I will set up a business eventually. I just need to get to a certain level with my music career right now. Release an album, do more videos, get more people to hear about me outside of Nigeria, not just within Nigeria. And then I can now focus on setting up some other things. But of course, I'm planning.
Yeah.
The main thing is to be ready. When the time comes, at least I will be ready.
So you do not have an album now?
No, I don't. I'm working on an album, and I'm also planning to set up a business afterwards. Don't worry about it. But like I said, the certificate will never go to waste. Knowledge is never lost.
No.
So.
But there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom.
If
you do not have the wisdom, if you do not have the wisdom to be knowledgeable, then you will be lost.
But at the end of the day, I try to keep God in the mix of everything that I do. So, one prays for wisdom, right? So that's what I do. I pray for wisdom, and I hope,
He gives you that.
He gives me that, or keeps giving me that.
You're always lively. I'm trying to ask myself, what inspires you when you're writing your songs?
Okay. There are different things. Sometimes something happens to me, and it's so...
The love life?
Yes, definitely.
That is really
and it's so powerful. And, I've been in situations where I've been crying and writing a song at the same time. But I think that's the best time, when you're really feeling it, it's raw. And then obviously if you're happy or someone else has come to me and I can see they're going through something, I can put in words for them on their behalf. Do you understand? So there's that, and then sometimes I literally am half asleep and the melody comes to me. I sometimes have to wake up and quickly do something, write something, or when I wake up the next day, I pray that I can still remember. But I can actually form a whole song in my head while half asleep. It's really weird. Yeah.
Very weird.
That's why I think it's definitely a God-given talent, because there's some things that happen.
Indeed it is.
Yeah.
Because I remember I saw something on the internet about Missy Elliott, and she said she wakes up, like you just said, she wakes up at night and she just quickly writes everything down, and then she goes back to sleep. And then I'm thinking, okay.
I don't know, anyway, I can't go into the psychology of it, but maybe when you're at your most restful state, that's when you can absorb a lot of inspiration or something. I don't know what it is about it, but I think that's when all my inhibitions have, left me, and I can receive whatever it is that I'm supposed to receive. I don't know, I'm still working it out.
You will find your path, don't worry. You have 3 singles.
Yeah.
What would you say is the type or kind of music that you do? Is it Afro pop? Is it Afro slow beat jazz? Because I've heard so many kinds of things. Can you help me with yours?
People are always trying to put me in some kind of box, and I understand it makes it easier. But I always say I can work with anything, any beat, but put a soulful twist to it. Do you know? So I would say someone like an Estelle, for instance, or I can't think of another. I'm trying to think of someone closer to home that can do pretty much anything on any beat. It doesn't have to be Afro. I can give you a rock song, yes, and there's going to be one in my album. It could be soft rock, country, but there's always like my vocals are always soulful. So I tell people I make soulful music. Yes.
Soulful music.
Yes.
So Ebisan makes soulful music. Are you on any record label yet?
No, I'm not. I'm doing this pretty much by myself.
From your own pocket?
Let's just say I've sourced for funds. I basically sourced for funds myself.
Wow. I mean, you have a degree, come on, you know better.
But there's some people who have faith in me, and I thank God for them. Thank God for them.
Because I think I've been listening to you for the past 2 months.
Okay.
And my favorite is Jao. We'll get to that shortly.
Yeah.
And you've been having live bands, live events from back to back. How do you do it?
When I made up my mind that I was going to get a band and I was going to stop using backing CDs, I didn't know how I was going to afford it or anything, but I just had faith that the moment you get a band, Ebisan, something's going to happen. And so it was funny because by the time we started rehearsing, people just started calling in for different shows, and I was like, you see, sometimes you just need to walk in faith, and things will just, opportunities will come.
Yeah.
But it's very important that you be ready for those opportunities.
That's the most important.
Yeah.
Always be ready, no matter what the time, no matter where you are, always have to be ready. Ebisan, I wanted to ask you, have you worked with any artists so far?
Okay, yes. My latest single, Time of Our Lives, is with a lady called Chi. I enjoyed working with her. That it was more of a dance track, which she suggested, and it was great writing. At first I was like, have you listened to any of my songs? But then I thought, you know what, why not? If you can do a pop song, an R&B song, a soul,
you should be able to do that.
A rock song, why not? So I went ahead and wrote the song, and we just shot a video for it. The radio stations pretty much play it quite often. I mean, I'm blessed. I don't know. I thank God, because I was like, how's a dance track going to, fare in this industry, in this country? And the radio DJs seem to like it.
So far, so
really
good.
So
I think people like the fact that everybody's coming up with something new and they're willing and ready to explore.
Yeah.
So maybe you're lucky. Yes, you are. Which day were you born?
Actually, my birthday is coming up this month, actually, in a week. So I know, right?
Any party?
No, I'm one of those people who I'm in love with chocolate and chocolate loves me. And so when it comes to cakes, ice cream, chocolate bars, I'm there. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be having all day. That's my own form of celebration. Chocolate, chocolate, and more chocolate. And then maybe coffee. And then more chocolate.
You're crazy. You are crazy.
It lifts my spirit.
No comment. You have so many singles,
Yeah.
and for my radio station, yes, my radio station where I work, we play your Jawo,
Yeah.
which is my
Jawo.
favorite. I like that part. Jawo. I like
Oh,
that
you
part.
did it well, actually. You actually hit those notes, softly, but you did it well.
We play it every other day, and I have it on my phone as well. And have you received any awards yet? Because that song is really good, and you deserve an award for that song.
Yeah,
really.
my first ever nomination, was last year for the NMVA's Nigerian Music Video Awards.
Okay.
And yes, I was put in the same category, the alternative category, with Bez, Lagbaja, and another lady. And by some miracle, I won.
Wow.
So, Jawa, yeah, definitely I've
So you have an
the
award.
the video
The
was
video.
quite, it was for the song and video, I don't know, yeah. But anyway, it was a Jawa one. And I was really shocked. I was happy with that. I didn't expect it. I actually didn't expect it. But then there have been other little awards, Bloggers Choice, little things that lists and charts that have been going on online, that Jawa Love Story and even Time of Our Lives have been featured on. I think at the end of every year they do this list of like top 40 or 50 songs of the year, and there are like 10 songs that come out almost every day. People are just sending, so the fact that all the bloggers and all the websites and all got together and compiled a list, and my songs have featured in all the, for the past 2 years, so all my singles. So I'm just, it motivates me to keep working. Yeah.
For the past years, how long have you been back for?
I've been back for 5 years, but I didn't start with music immediately.
Okay.
I served, worked in a bank, I worked somewhere else as a HR officer, then I worked in a media company, then I decided to face music fully. That was last year actually. January last year was when I decided
2012.
to go at it full time. Yeah, I planned and I waited a bit too long. I was like, it's time.
This is the time.
Time.
This is the time.
Yeah.
Tango with me.
Tango with me, yes. Well, that's another one that received a nomination, the soundtrack. I never really claimed that because it was still put there as Tango with me, even though it was under the soundtrack and I knew I did the soundtrack. But under the list of nominations, it was Tango with me that they put. So I try not to claim that, even though they say, you did the soundtrack, so it must be you.
How did you feel?
It felt good, It was something that I did without even making any plans whatsoever. When I wrote the song with my then manager, it was one of those things where I didn't realize it was for a movie that was going to come out in the cinemas.
Okay.
I didn't realize that Genevieve, Naji, and Joseph Benjamin were going to be in it. All I knew was I was writing a song about, sticking through a relationship, a tough relationship, and just 2 songs actually. Yeah. So what happened after was just, I was surprised because then it came out in the cinemas. Then a year after, it came out in the cinemas in the UK. And then I think it's been shown in Paris.
It's been shown in Ghana as well.
You see, so
for close to 3 weeks, non-stop.
You see, so
Yes.
I didn't even know. And then we had to quickly shoot a video, just like a few weeks before it was released in the UK, because they needed something to promote the video, the film over there. So I did a music video for that. strictly for England, for the UK basically. So I was just like, okay, when I was writing this song,
You didn't know that, you didn't see the
I
bigger
had
picture.
no idea. Yes, and I think they're taking it to America very soon. So the song just keeps. So when I even look at the views in YouTube, I'm like, wow, we didn't promote it in Nigeria. So
Yeah.
clearly, all the people who are watching this right now are abroad.
Overseas.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the fact that people didn't say that it was Ebisan that was behind the soundtrack, and the other fact that it's all over,
Yeah.
how do you feel? Would you stand somewhere and say, oh, I did that soundtrack?
Well, to me, I went to the premiere here in Nigeria and it felt good. I mean, I sat through the movie and then from nowhere I heard my voice and the music and I was like, oh, to me that's,
That's your joy.
I know, it's just because I didn't expect it. If I had planned it, then fine. But I had no idea when I was in the studio that this is what, was going to happen.
What is your selling point? Have you heard that song?
I don't know. I can't say just one thing, but
What
yeah,
are
my selling points? The fact that I'm versatile. I like to have fun with everything that I'm doing, and I put my heart and soul into every project that I do. Every project, no matter how small
yes?
or big. Yeah.
You listen to songs and you're like, oh, this person sounds like this other person or that other person. Do you think that you sound like somebody else?
Not really, because sometimes I listen and I try. Different people have told me different things, from Asha to Emily Sunday to some people say on a very husky day I sound like Amy Winehouse or Adele. So I just tell people I sound like me. And I'm grateful that I sound like me. That's all. Yeah.
Do you have any mentors you looked up to? I'm sure everybody does. Everybody does.
I listened to all sorts growing up because my dad is Yoruba, and so my grandmom used to come over as well and play all sorts from Ebenezer Obey to Fela to Sunny Ade. So I had that, as well as the Western artists. That's Aretha Franklin, Billie Holiday, Sade, of course. So I grew up with all sorts. Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Oyeka. Yes, so I think I've been influenced by all those, both African, Miriam Makeba. We listened to a lot of that when we were growing up, from my mom's side, of course. I think what I took from it was just the power of live music. All these people could throw it down on the stage. There's nothing like it. There really is nothing like it. Being able to